Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Yamada?
Here.
Trustee Jenkins?
Here.
Trustee O'Malley?
Here.
Trustee Rowe?
Here. Thank you. We have a quorum, and I call the meeting to order. Trustees, please remember that only executive committee members should participate in discussions on agenda items or cast votes on action items. The minutes for the September 12th, 2025 executive committee meeting were circulated in advance. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes?
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. So it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Before we take up the action items, President Lucari has asked that out of the meeting exit. Pursuant to TCA 49-8-201 F7B, not C, the board may conduct the private meetings to discuss matters related to senior administration personnel positions. The executive committee met on April 16, 2026 to discuss the president's performance evaluation and incentive. From the meeting, I'll present several action items for discussion and vote. I'm now passing the gavel to Vice Chair Rowe for the following two action items.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item on the agenda is the review of the President's performance evaluation and consideration for an incentive for fiscal year 2025-26, the current fiscal year. Chairman O'Malley will provide information about this item.
Thank you, Dr. Rowe. Before we discuss the evaluation of the university president, I'd like to provide an overview of the basis on which the evaluation has been conducted. The process involves a comprehensive review of the president's performance, considering multiple sources of information. Integrating input from multiple sources ensures a well-rounded, objective evaluation that reflects the perspective of the entire university community. The evaluation instrument was approved by this board in March of 2024. A copy was provided to you in advance of the meeting and is visible in front of you. The assessment includes specific goals to be measured in 5 different categories. I think we're going to show each category separately. So the first being enrollment, goals to increase the first-time full-time freshman enrollment from the prior year with a 7.5, with a 15-point potential. The second portion of that is to increase new graduate enrollment from the prior year. And as you can see in the red below, freshman full-time enrollment increased, the graduate enrollment decreased slightly. So potential score 15, Dr. Lucari gets 7.5, or half of that. Next slide is the graduation rate. Increasing the official graduation from the prior year. Very, very close, but did not make that happen, so that it was a score of 0 out of 15. Retention rate increased in fall-to-fall retention from the prior year. We went from 66.14 to 68.38. So he gets those points. Athletics, 2 of the 3 must occur for full point achievement. 1 of 3 equals 7.5. The average of all athlete GPAs has to be 3.0 or higher. It's an impressive 3.39. Win at least 1 conference championship. We won the championship for baseball. And then increase revenue from the prior year, or receive a one-time large pledge or sponsorship equal to or greater than the presidential salary. Dr. Lucari achieved, I think, all 3 of those bullet points for the 15 points. And then fundraising, increase in fundraising compared to an average of the 3 prior years, or a one-time large gift pledge or pledge equal to or greater than the president's salary. The foundation received a large gift or pledge greater than the president's salary in the amount of $5 million for a total of 15 discretion is to be awarded by the board in consideration of overall performance based on leadership, strategic plan, progress, and positive relationships. And the board deemed Dr. Licari's result to be full 25 points. When considering the number of discretionary points to be awarded, I reviewed out input from all the board members and from the president's direct report subordinates comprised of the university's senior leadership team. I also spoke with multiple external stakeholders, such as state and community leaders, elected officials, and university alumni. You can see Dr. Licari's total score then is 77.5 out of the potential of 100. So based on that information, I recommend that President Licari be awarded the maximum 25 discretionary points for a total of 77.5, as you see in front of you. Further, I move that the board award a 7.75% incentive in the amount of $32,163 to President Licari for fiscal year 25-26.
A motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
It is moved and seconded that the board award a 7.75% incentive in the amount of $32,163 to President Licari for fiscal year 25-26. Is there any discussion?
Just want to comment that it's very well.
I would just add, Dr. Rowe, too, that not at this meeting, but if you go back to the 5 criteria, you'll notice that most of them relate to a pure increase in result over the prior year. And I think we deemed it that at some point, and I think we're at that point, that we need to tweak that languaging and that criteria judgment based not only on increasing, but at some point, the achievement of a specific number may trigger a positive result as opposed to purely having to increase it over the prior year. If you get to 100%, you can't increase it any higher than that. So we'll change some of the languaging. And the intention is that we would get that done before the next cycle, before next year.
Just a quick comment. I noticed when I was looking at the LGI presidents, that President Licari's was the second lowest of all the colleges in the state land-grant colleges. So I think he has done a remarkable job. I mean, this university is growing like no other in the state of Tennessee. The quality of its graduates continues to increase. I looked at the nursing graduates. It's remarkable that 120 student nurses can pass their exams. I mean, believe me, I've taken enough board exams in my life to know that that's almost impossible. And so a big shout out to the academic staff, not just them, but others too, and under President Licari's leadership. And I also want to give a shout out to the state. They provide a lot of revenue for this university, and also this brand new really state-of-the-art health science building that has the social science, the hard sciences in there. We wouldn't have all that state support, and I very much appreciate them doing that. And it provides an environment for our students to learn and provide really, when you look at Clarksville, growing like it is, I can tell you, I don't know of another city in America that's adding 2 hospitals to their community. I don't know of any place that's doing that. So the opportunity for our graduates is there, and I think Dr. Licari and the staff and the trustees have this university headed in absolutely the right direction in a growth area in the country. I mean, the state of Tennessee needs this university to be successful. And again, I'm very appreciative of what the state has done as far as their appropriations for us. So I certainly think this is well deserved.
So thank
Any
you.
other discussion? Gentlemen,
So you want to go to the base compensation?
I think we need to vote first.
Yeah, we,
Oh, on the,
no other discussion, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Any opposed, nay? The ayes have it. Next action item is the consideration of the President's base compensation for the upcoming fiscal year 26-27. Chairman O'Malley.
Information about the compensation of other Tennessee Public University presidents was provided to you in advance of this meeting. It can be seen on the monitors. Dr. Rowe just highlighted. Based on President Licari's positive performance evaluation and in order to keep the president's salary commensurate with other Tennessee LGI presidents, I move that President Licari's base salary be set at $440,000 for fiscal year 26-27.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded that President Licari's base salary be set at $440,000 for fiscal year 26-27. Any discussion of the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion carries. Chairman O'Malley, I return to the gavel.
Thank you, sir. Your meeting materials included proposed revisions to APSU policy. Yeah, we'll invite Mike back in. We were doing fine without him. Your meeting materials included proposed revisions to Austin Peay State University Policy 1.010, appeals and appearances before the board. I recognize Dr. Carol Clark, Secretary to the Board, to provide further information.
Thank you, Chair O'Malley. If you read the materials, you notice it's a very, very minor change to that policy, and it is a change to make the deadline for submitting a request for approval for the board 48 hours prior to the meeting rather than 72 hours prior to the meeting. This aligns better with state policies, practices, and law, and with the procedures that we use to put the meeting materials together.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Clark. Do I hear a motion to approve the proposed revisions to APSU Policy 1.010?
Second.
It is moved and seconded to approve the revisions to APSU Policy 1.010. Dr. Clark will answer any questions you may have. Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, the motion carries. This concludes our agenda items, and I move that the meeting adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded, the meeting adjourned. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, the meeting is adjourned.